What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Y'all, we are here. We're going to get caught up this week. This is the week we're going to get caught up on everything I owe y'all as it relates to the review channel, okay? We're going to get caught up on Divorced Sisters. We're going to get caught up on Love After Lockup. We're going to get caught up on I Owe Y'all a Heart and Hustle. We got caught up on Ready to Love yesterday. Love and Marriage Huntsville yesterday. We got it. I'm back at work. I'm back on my regular schedule. No more traveling until October. So, baby, we're going to get caught up. So, tonight it is the Real Housewives of Miami, even though it's a football game coming on in less than 30 minutes. But I'm here. I'm taping the game because it's just preseason. But we here, okay? So, y'all come on in. Listen, we have talked on the other channel. If you're subscribed to both of my channels, and if you're not subscribed, get subscribed to the other channel, ReallyBTV. It's the same. We do like celebrity news over there. We have talked about investing and getting into investments and stuff. And I told you guys that one of the apps that I use is I use Acorns and I use Robinhood. I use Acorns more than Robinhood, but these are the different apps that you can, if you want to get started in stocks, something small, don't have to invest a lot of money, while you may be trying to figure it out and you're learning how to do stocks. Acorns is a really good app. They also have mutual funds if you feel a little more comfortable investing in mutual funds. So there's a link there. It is a referral link. So if you are interested, it's just a referral link. It's not obligating you to anything. I'm not getting any of your information or any of your money. It's just a resource. But listen, do your research. Go look up Acorn. Go Google it, read some articles, see if that's someplace you want to go. But that is a referral link for you guys to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right. Moving right along. So this is the Real Housewives of Miami. Y'all know last week they hit us with a double episode, which I thought was so stupid. I understand they changed the night of the week, but I just thought it was stupid that they would give us 2 episodes in 1 week. That was just dumb to me. Maybe they're just trying to hurry up and get done with the season. I don't know. We know they've already filmed the reunion, so we know once they film the reunion, that lets us know that there's not a lot more left for the season once they have filmed the reunion. So they filmed the reunion last week. I feel like we have about 3 episodes left. This is their second day of their trip. We're probably going to get 1 more day, and then they're going to be back home. Now, usually they get 2 trips. They get a domestic trip, and then they get a trip away. And I'm wondering if that yacht weekend counts as their domestic trip. Because I know a lot of people were like, well, they haven't gone on their trip yet. But I'm thinking when they did the yacht for the weekend, maybe that was the trip, the first trip. I don't know. But they usually do 1 domestic and 1 international, and the international is usually at the end of the season. So I feel like we're at the tail end of this. Okay. We also know that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is coming back in a month. So we have Orange County now, and Salt Lake City is coming back at the end of September. So yeah, we got like a month. So I'm feeling like this is going to be the overlap. Salt Lake City is going to overlap with the reunion. Like, this is the Bravo thing, y'all. Anyway, let's get into this episode. So Lisa is finally there. Lisa shows up, and of course, everybody's like, oh, Lisa, you're here. Lisa, you're here. Girl, where were you? That is a normal question. If you are doing a girls trip and one of the girls misses the first day of the trip because they missed their flight, a normal question would be like, girl, what happened? Like, did you oversleep? Did you get caught in traffic? Like, what happened? Because that's why they tell you to get there so early, because of things like that. Like, I know last weekend when I went to Dallas, y'all know I had an early flight. My flight was leaving the airport at like 7. I think 6:58 to be exact was the time. Maybe not. I think 6:58 was the time my flight was leaving to come back home. But y'all know it was an early flight. It was like 7 something in the morning. Like, it was a morning flight. Baby, when I tell you I had 5 alarms set, and I'm not exaggerating, like I had, because I know with me, if I'm in a heavy sleep, I will turn the phone off, because that's where I have my alarm is on my phone. Baby, I hit that alarm I in 15-minute intervals so I can get my butt up, because that's an early flight, right? Anyway, so Lisa was like, well, I had a lot of legal stuff come up. Baby, Larsa was like, girl, you were in St. Bart's. Lisa was like, yes, I was in St. Bart's, but that's not why that's not why I missed the first day. That's not why I didn't come. Lenny hit me with some stuff that I had to handle, legally. Now, this is what I am gonna say. I think that Lisa is under a type of gag order where she cannot talk about the divorce. I do not think that Lisa is voluntarily not talking about the divorce because they told her they were tired of hearing about Lenny. Because Lisa just don't have that kind of self-control, right? However, Lisa has that kind of self-control if money is involved and her attorney is like, girl, if you keep talking, you're going to lose money and this is going to be bad for your divorce settlement. I think she got that kind of self-control. So I honestly think that this may have had something to do legally with her having to handle some business. But I also think, because she said it herself, I think she was on the after show or something, she said herself that she literally was flying into St. Bart's the same day or the day before they had to leave to go on this trip. So it is because of St. Bart's. Now, do I think you had other stuff to handle? Yeah, I do. But I also feel like if you flew in the day before, you literally had to turn around and fly right back out. And that's a quick turnaround for 2 international trips. Like if one trip was like, oh, me and my girlfriends we're going to rent a house down, we're going to rent a beach house for the weekend and I just going to throw some stuff in a bag. Yeah. But when you literally are doing back-to-back international trips and that's not your normal stilo, you know what I mean? That is a lot. Now, do I think that maybe she had to go see her attorney in between time? Sure. But here's the reason why I think that whatever Lisa did was a Uno reverse, is because production didn't pick up any of it. See, if she had let production know what was going on and it really was dealing with her divorce, baby, Lisa, this divorce has been your storyline for 2 seasons, right? We have known about Lisa and Lenny and this divorce for this is the 3rd season. Because last season was the aftermath of you finding out that Lenny wanted a divorce. The season before that was when they caught Lenny on that hot mic and he was talking about how he was getting ready to get the divorce. So if you had told production, listen, I'm going to have to change my flight because I have some legal stuff I have to handle. Lenny, my attorneys called me and we have some last minute stuff we have to take care of for the divorce settlement. Production would have done in my opinion, production would have done one of 2 things. Either they would have gotten some of that on video. I know we can't get, but some of her, how they be faking scenes with her getting the phone call from her attorney. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay. Or her reading a letter, pretending like she don't know what the letter says, going, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Or production would have, at the very least, if they knew and she gave them the heads up, at the very least, they would have arranged her flight. They would have arranged her travel. And here's how we know production didn't have nothing to do with Lisa's travel. Because again, we didn't get no footage of it. We didn't get any footage of Lisa in the airport. We didn't get any footage of Lisa walking through that train station. We didn't get any footage of Lisa and this detour. Okay? Nothing. So that tells me that you did not notify production about what was going on, which makes me side-eye your explanation. Now, that's just me. Somebody else might be like, it ain't that deep. And it might not be, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm here to give you what I'm thinking. Okay, Sierra said production is probably over her too, and might be. And they absolutely may be, child. You right, Sierra. You right, girl. So then the ladies are split into 2 groups. We knew from the day before that they're going to the dressmaker to go get their flamenco dresses. So they're divided into 2 groups. So we had Marisol, Stephanie, Larsa, and Lisa, I think. And then in the second group, we had Julia, Alexia, Gertie, and Kiki. Yeah. So the first group, Even if they have footage, they may keep it in the vault. Now, right now, Sierra, if something pop out at the reunion, then I'll take it back. If they give us some behind the scenes down to the reunion, then I'll take it back. I don't have no problem coming back later saying, okay, well, we do have footage, so y'all know I ain't got no problem coming back. But you're right. You're right. We're gonna keep an eye out, see what comes through the vault, right? So the ladies that went to the dress shop, we got a history of what flamenco was and why the dresses have the polka dots and all of that good stuff. They said it was a gypsy. The gypsies used to wear the dresses, and one person used to make the dresses, and they accidentally got polka dots. Now, I need to know how you accidentally get polka dots, but okay, girl. So I did not know that polka dot was like a thing with flamenco dresses, because I've seen flamenco before. I mean, it's not like, ain't like I, go to the flamenco, but I've seen it like on TV and different places. I didn't know that was a staple, was the polka dot. So we see the ladies trying on the dresses and all of that stuff. And here goes Stephanie with her big ass mouth. Marisol, it's so nice to be around you without Alexia. I mean, you're just like a totally different person when Alexia's not around. Well, first, Stephanie got mad at Marisol because Marisol said that Alexia got the best of Stephanie in their argument the night before. Baby, Stephanie cannot take any type of criticism or rejection. Baby, she was in her feelings. She was like, what do you mean she buried me? She didn't bury me, and I didn't bury her. We didn't bury each other. Here go Marisol. Okay, well, that's what I feel like. I feel like she buried you. So that's how I felt. I said, I know that's right, Marisol. Let her know that that's how you feel and you ain't backing down from it. You said what you said. And you ain't changing it. So then she gonna say, it's so nice to be around you, Marisol, without Alexia. You're like a totally different person. So here's the reality of the situation. Stephanie, girl, you are not the first person to say that. That's why you didn't get a reaction out of Marisol. You didn't get a reaction out of Marisol because you're not the first person to say that. You are not the first person to say, oh, you act different when Alexia is not around. Girl, you didn't crack the Da Vinci Code. Everybody on that show knows Marisol and Alexia are joined at the hip, and they are going to mimic each other. And if one person say, yes, I like that dress, the other person is going to say, yes, I like that dress. And if one person say, oh, no, I changed my mind, that dress really is ugly in this light, the other person is going to say, you're right, I do see it from that angle. It's not as cute as I thought it was. Like, girl, you didn't tell us nothing we didn't already know about Marisol and Alexia. Okay. So then over to the other group, they go to like a farm, like the market, it looked like a supermarket, but like a farmer's market type thing going on as well. Because they were talking about it. And one thing they said that I definitely agree with, when they said that the food overseas tastes so much better and even smells better. Baby, let me tell y'all something. If you have never traveled internationally, and I'm not even saying this as an elitist thing, I'm just telling you my experience. Food tastes so different overseas. It is not processed the way our food is processed. It doesn't have all of the like hormones and things in it. Food tastes so different. And if you're out of the country long enough, you will physically feel a difference in your body. And I'm just telling you the truth. When you come back into the United, and I don't care if you buy your food from Trader Joe's and what's that other place, the Whole Foods. I don't care if you go to the farmer's market every Saturday morning and buy all your produce. Let me tell you something. It's not the same. So when they was going through that market, smelling the food and talking about how fresh, baby, I understood what they were saying. If you go out of town, let me tell you something. Do yourself a favor. If you have never traveled out of the country, when you travel out of the country, please do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Go to an authentic restaurant and get some real authentic food, whatever country you go to. Even if I'm gonna tell you this, even if you go to a McDonald's, the food don't taste the same. When we were in France, me and my friend Langston, we went to the McDonald's in France. First of all, it looked totally different. Okay. But it tastes totally different. The French fries taste totally different. And it's still fast food. It's still McDonald's, but it's just, listen. And when I say totally different, I don't want to exaggerate it, but it's just different. I don't want to exaggerate it for people to be like, she said it tastes totally different. So let me not say totally different, but you definitely, it's a difference. But when you eat local food, right, they're not allowed to use a lot of the same preservatives and pesticides and all that stuff that we use on our food here that the farmers use. They're not allowed to use all that stuff. So you can definitely tell the difference. So anyway, as they were walking through the market, I got it. So they sat down to eat and they got raw oysters and stuff. And they tried to get Kiki to eat the oyster. You know, Kiki always down, but she wasn't feeling them oysters, honey. She wasn't feeling them oysters. Okay. Tam, thank you so much. I don't know if you caught my unboxing video, but thank you for all of the gifts you gave me for my classroom. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. KFC in Germany was good. You know what? I've had a layover in Germany, but I've never been to Germany because I don't count layovers. If I don't leave the airport, I ain't been there. And even while I was in Germany, we didn't eat. My layover in Germany was literally like an hour. Like by the time we got off the plane, I think we went into like a gift shop. I might have got like a keychain or something like that. I don't know. And then we got to our gate. Like I didn't even eat in Germany. So yeah, I and for a long time, these glasses, y'all. Ooh, these glasses. For a long time, I got the wrong glasses on, don't I? For a long time, I wasn't even interested in going to Germany. Now I would, but growing up as somebody that studied World War II, I'm sorry for anybody that's from Germany. I know that Germany of 2025 is not 1940s Germany, but my mindset Germany was just never a place I was interested in going. I would go now though. But when I first started traveling internationally, Germany was just not on my list. But anyway, so we find out that Kiki has got a lot going on. They said, Kiki, you just haven't been yourself. What's going on? And Kiki tells us a story that I think is so heartbreaking. So for those who do not know, I worked in Germany for 2 weeks. I felt so safe there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nicole, I know it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not the same, but it took me a while to get over that mental block about Germany. You know what I'm saying? But Kiki tells us about her family, right? You guys, if you haven't been following what's going on in Haiti is really, really bad. Matter of fact, we talked about how a flight from the United States tried to land in Haiti and they started shooting at the plane, right? I think right now Haiti is actually on the list of places that the United States, we're not allowed to go. I don't know. But it's really bad in Haiti, right? With all of the civil unrest, with the gangs being, remember they liberated one of the jails there where they let out all the criminals, and it's really bad right now. And I understand the level of desperate, right? I understand why people are desperate to get out of Haiti. And so what Kiki was saying was, she basically has been bringing over her family members on her, I guess it's an A1 visa. Is that what that is? What they do on 90-Day Fiance? So she's actually been bringing family members over. But like she said, first of all, when you sign that paperwork, you really enjoy the museums there. Nicole, I don't know if I'm ready. I do not know if I'm ready, if I'm being honest. I don't. I don't know if I'm ready. Whew, okay. But Kiki was saying how when you sign that paperwork, you're agreeing to be financially responsible for these people. If they get sick, you have to take care of them medically. If they're not working, and I don't even think they're allowed to work for a certain amount of time when they first come to the United States, you are financially responsible. And she said, her family feels like, she's this $1 million model that's over here, making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I'm sure to people in Haiti, Kiki probably does live a good life. And they probably do feel like she's a lot richer than what she is. I'm not saying Kiki's poor, but we know it's levels to this. And so she said that she's had to start telling people no. And it got to the point where they were threatening her life and people were literally showing up at her house. And she said her father has had to actually intervene with her family and be like, leave her alone. Like, she's doing the best she can. And if she can't bring you over, she just can't bring you over. Now, it's wrong. Like, threatening somebody's life is never good. But I understand the level of desperate. You know what I mean? Like, these people are desperate. Like, and I don't live in Haiti. I can only go by what I'm being told, which I'm sure is skewed. But based on what we're being told, it's really, really bad in Haiti. Really, really bad. So I felt for Kiki. She was, in tears, and I definitely felt for her. But ultimately, that's what she's got going on. And she said things are better now, but it was just really, really bad. As someone from the Caribbean, I saw my grandmother do so much for her family in Grenada. I know Kiki's pain. Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard. And it's that survivor's guilt as well. Like, you got away, you got out, you got to come back and help us, So I get it. So then over with the other group, we have, Marisol and them, and they're talking about Alexia and Todd. Don't care. I don't care about Alexia and Todd's storyline, because forget about where we are now and Todd's video he dropped the other day. We're just going to talk about on this show. I don't care. Like, at this point, girl, Alexia, if you like it, I love it. She was wearing her wedding ring again. She said she was talking to Todd every day while they were on this trip. Girl, if you like it, I love it. Give me my presidential suite back, though. That's what I'd be saying. I'd be like, girl, if you want to stay with that man, stay with that man. But give me that presidential suite back. Since the part of this trip was for you to come here and grieve that man, give me my presidential suite deal. So my son-in-law's father is Haitian. He never talks about Haiti. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, and unfortunately, Haiti has had a long history of unrest. I don't want to go down that road because we'll be there. We'll be here for an hour having a whole history lesson on the United States and same thing they did over in Cuba. But I can't do it today. I can't do the history lesson today. But suffice to say, the United States, all roads lead to the United States. We're moving right along. So then Larsa starts whining about Lisa. Because they have been clowning Lisa all day about her being late and about her missing a flight and this, that, and the other. So Larsa brings up the fact that Lisa is still following Marcus. Now, what I found to be interesting was Larsa said, she's still following Marcus. And Marisol said, are you sure? And Larsa said, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, girl, you didn't even know if that woman was still following Marcus. Now she was. But you said it with such authority, and then you were like, well, I'm pretty sure she is. Girl, is she or isn't she? So Marisol was like, well, go talk to her. Like, go tell her that you got a problem with it. Now, this is what I'm going to say about this whole Marcus, Lisa, Larsa thing. At this point, I don't care about the debate about how good of a friend Larsa was to Lisa versus Lisa to Larsa. What I'm going to say is, Lisa, you said you would do it. Lisa, you said you would do it. When y'all sat down and had y'all little come to Jesus moment and y'all had y'all one-on-one conversation a couple of episodes back, and Larsa let you know that is something that was really bothering her. It doesn't matter whether we think it's unreasonable or not. It doesn't matter whether we agree or disagree with whether Lisa should or shouldn't be doing it. Lisa, you said you would. In your conversation with your reconciliation with your friend, you said you would do it. And as a result of you saying you would do it, you need to do it. You should have done it. Now, you could have started a burner account and followed him from a burner account, and Larsa would have never known. But the fact that you said you would do it, and then you didn't do it, Larsa has a right to feel some kind of way. Again, I ain't arguing or debating whether Larsa was right in requesting it. Once Lisa said, listen, I want to get our relationship back on track. What do you need from me to make that happen? And Larsa said, unfollow Marcus. And you said, done. You should have done it. And then when Larsa going to confront you about it, your ass is going to say, well, I was, but then some things happened. Girl, ain't nothing happened. You and Larsa ain't nothing. And if it did happen, it happened off camera. Girl, ain't nothing happened since y'all had that one-on-one. You mad because Larsa put your flag in the little vase at the goddess party? Girl, everybody put your flag in there. Like what has Larsa done? Now listen, y'all know I don't like defending Larsa ass, but I gotta call right is right and wrong is wrong. Larsa ain't did nothing. She said she would, but that doesn't say when, and that's why Lisa ain't did it yet. You know what, Devonna? You right. She didn't say when, and Larsa should have got more specific. But you know she told that woman she was gonna do it. And you know what Larsa's expectation was, but I understand what you're saying. Now listen. Lisa do be lying. All of them be lying, though. Let's just call a thing, child. Larsa be lying, too. So, Larsa gonna confront Lisa. And here's what be pissing me off about Larsa. Lisa said, well, Larsa, I was going to do it, but then some things happened. You haven't treated me very nice. Here go Larsa. That's fair. Girl, then what we arguing about? If you gonna, when Lisa said you haven't treated me nice, and that's why I haven't done it, and Larsa gonna say that's fair. Girl, what are we arguing about? So then you know why she didn't do it. Girl, what? But let me tell you something. Lisa don't always get the zingers in. Like she gets flustered and she don't always land them. Like I don't know if somebody writes them for her and she don't know how to deliver them, or she just ain't got it in her to deliver them. But let me tell you something. Every once in a while, Lisa get a zinger in, and I don't even think she mean to. I don't even think she knows she doing it. Baby, when Larsa had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to call Lisa a groupie. And Lisa said, girl, you call me, you the groupie, you the one dating them. She said, all you date is basketball players or rappers. Baby, I said, Lisa, you right. Lisa, I'm with you when you right. Because, Larsa, how you going to fix your lips to call that woman a groupie? You are on the Mount Rushmore of groupies. Like, you have damn near hit the trifecta, okay? You dated Scottie Pippen, who was a Hall of Fame basketball player. Then you dated Michael Jordan's son, Hall of Fame basketball player. And you've dated, at least that we know of, 2 other NBA players. Girl, all you need is another Hall of Famer, and you have hit the trifecta. Ma'am, you are on Mount Rushmore. You, Evelyn Lozada, I don't know, I could probably think of a few more. But the 2 of y'all are up there. Evelyn has hit all 3 of the major sports franchises in the United States. Okay, you dated an NFL player, married. Didn't her and Ocho Cinco get married? I know they was engaged, but I think they got married. But I know they was engaged. You was with Carl Crawford from baseball, and then your baby daddy played in the NBA. What's the man's name? I can see his face, but I can't think of his name right now. Girl, you done hit the trifecta. So, Larsa, you are not the one to call nobody a groupie. Ma'am, that is not your lane. Stay over there. Stay over there. Nicole Murphy, Nicole is up there too. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole Murphy's up there. Larsa is so delusional. Y'all remember when she was dating Malik Beasley and his wife just had their baby and going through postpartum, and Larsa didn't care. That was their son's teammate. That's what I'm saying. Like, Larsa, girl, and the guy she's dating now is an NBA player. Her current boyfriend is an NBA player. Girl, go sit down. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Lori Harvey, okay. Hey. So, of course, now Lisa is so offended that Larsa called her a groupie. She's so upset. She's so offended. And Larsa is talking to Marisol, and she tells Marisol that she is recording her conversations. She tells Larsa that she has been recording her conversations, and baby Marisol was like, wait, what? She said, what do you mean you're recording? She said, well, I'm recording them. No, she said, I'm taking notes. That's what she said. She said, I'm taking notes because I have to keep up with what's being said. Baby, Larsa was like, you could tell that Larsa was not feeling that. That Marisol was not feeling that. So then we see Lisa go upstairs and we see Lisa arguing. We see Lisa not arguing. We see Lisa talking to Jody and letting Jody know what happened and all this other stuff or whatever. So the ladies are downstairs and they're regrouping and they're talking about what happened and they're reiterating the story and they're talking about what happened with Kiki. You know, they're talking about what's going on with Kiki, and then they also talking about what's going on with Lisa and Larsa. You know, they were separated all day, so they got to come together and tell each other what was going on with the other one. And basically, everybody's attitude is like, Lisa, girl, just unfollow. Just unfollow him. So they're getting ready to go to a spiritual flamenco dancer. Listen, I'm all for finding different experiences. And I'm glad that the ladies went to this situation and they engaged in it. But in the car on the way, Julia and Lisa get into an argument because Julia is like, girl, just unfollow that man. Now, Julia, I ain't been with you with 99.9999999% of the shit you done done this season. But this one, I was with you, sister. Because, girl, just unfollow that man. And again, if you really want to see what he's got going on, girl, get you a burner. Now, I ain't saying I have a burner per se, but I do have more than one Instagram account, okay? I have my ReallyBTV Instagram account. I have my personal Instagram account that I had before I was ReallyBTV. And then I have a Teacher Project 2.0 Instagram account, which I never use. But, I mean, if I want to lurk, I can lurk. Now, I'm not a lurking kind of girl. But if I wanted to lurk, I could lurk. Lisa, go start your Instagram account for your dog. Like, girl. But like somebody said earlier, Lisa is just being stubborn. Exactly. This is about Lisa, because she said it later on. Would you do something just because somebody asked you to? Girl, yes. If it's my friend and my friend is telling me that this is something that bothers them, regardless of how silly it might be, let me tell you something. My best friend, and she'll probably listen. She listens to every single one of my videos, but she's like a year and a half behind. So she ain't going to hear this for about a year and a half to 2 years. Okay. But let me tell you something. I always have music in my head. I am a human jukebox. Okay. I could be having a conversation with somebody and I literally hear music. Like I can hear a song for damn near half of the things that are said in a conversation. I love music. I love different types of music. And it just comes to me. And I be wanting to sing. Y'all seen me do it here. Sometimes I'll just break out in song. So I'll say something and I'll think about a song. Y'all have seen me do it. It irritates my best friend. It irritates her. Right? This is a conversation we had in high school. I believe we were arguing at the time, and she told me that irritated her. Okay. Guess what? Fast forward 30 years later. Guess who don't start singing randomly when I'm talking to my best friend? Now, I want to be clear. She don't have a problem with me singing, like if we chilling or whatever, but she's like, if we're in the middle of a conversation and I just break out into a song, because to her, what that translates is I'm not paying attention to what she's saying, right? So I don't want y'all thinking, damn, she can't sing. That ain't, I'm talking about when we're talking and we're like having a conversation. So I don't do it anymore. Am I tempted to do it? Yes. Do I still hear songs in my head when we are talking? Absolutely. But because she is my friend and she told me it bothers her, I don't do it. Now, Treese, y'all know Treese, Shade in the City. Treese is just like me. She always hears a song. She breaks out in song all the time. When me and her talk, we do it all the time because we're alike in that way. So it doesn't bother her when I do it, and it doesn't bother me when she does it because we're both alike in that way. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see what the issue is if that's really your friend and you really care about your friend. The reality is, are y'all really friends? So they go to the flamenco dancer and they go through the whole spiritual, experience of it all or whatever. They yelling and screaming. Why they always do stuff where they gotta yell? Remember when they went to the beach and Kiki let out that scream? Like, why they always gotta yell? But anyway, they went, so they went to the little flamenco. Lisa go do something. People who move on or have other things don't lurk. Find a hobby quickly, child. I think this is more about Jody. And maybe more is going to come out later. I don't know. But I think this is more about Jody and Jody's relationship. And Jody's relationship with Marcus, right? Hey, football cat. I've never seen your name before. I like that name though, because I'm a football girl. We talked about that last week, football cat. Where is the celebration for Gertie? This absolutely should have been Gertie's trip. I'm with you when you're right. I am with you when you're right. This should have been Gertie's celebration trip to celebrate her being cancer-free and to commemorate what she has gone through in the last year. But the reality is they don't really give a damn about what Gertie's been going through. Ain't nobody asked. Ain't nobody talked about it, right? I don't see anybody. I mean, yeah, they went to her cancer party, her survivor party and stuff. But at the end of the day, football cat, I'm with you. I'm with you. They don't care. They don't care. So the ladies go to dinner and they found out that most of them packed red. You from Dallas? Are you a Dallas Cowboy fan? I thought we was going to be friends. But maybe not. Because I'm from DC. So. But we can still be friends, though. Just not on Sunday. So, Lord, he come falling out the sky. Go somewhere, Jerry. Oh, you're not okay, good. You're not a Dallas fan. Okay, good. So most of the ladies realized that they had packed some sort of red dress or outfit. So they decide to have, I can't stand. Oh, you mean Jerry Jones or them damn? I thought you meant Jerry Burton. You can't stand Jerry Jones or them damn Cowboys, child, me either. I don't have nothing with them Cowboys, and especially Jerry Jones and his racist tail all in the pictures yelling at the black kids just trying to go to school with the white kids. But anyway, child, don't get me started. Y'all really trying to get me to go down a history rabbit hole tonight, child. Y'all really trying to get me to go down that rabbit hole tonight. Anyway, moving right along. So they're going out to dinner. I still got to order some mumbo sauce to Houston. They made me toss it at the airport last time I was there. I forgot to check my luggage. Oh, yeah, you got to get you some mumbo sauce, honey. Get you some mumbo sauce. It's so funny because it wasn't until I went to college that I realized that mumbo sauce was a DC thing, because I didn't know. I told you we need to really be history live. I've done those before though, Nicole. I've done them. I haven't done one in a while, but I've done them before. So the ladies are all there for dinner or whatever. And again, they get to arguing about, so what happened was while they were getting dressed, Jody started texting Larsa. Now, what Larsa said was, he wasn't threatening me. He didn't call me out of my name, but he started texting me. So Larsa is already feeling some kind of way. Oh my God, a ship exploded? Oh Lord, a ship exploded in the Baltimore Harbor. I'm sorry, my phone just, a news alert just came across my phone. I'll check that out when I get off of here. We almost done. And so Larsa was already feeling some kind of way when they got to dinner, right? Because she was like, why is Jody texting me? which I can understand because Jody, you have no reason to talk to Larsa. Whatever Larsa and Lisa have going on, that's between the women, and you let the women handle it. You have no reason to text Larsa. Now, we don't know what he said to Larsa, but what we do know is that it was long paragraphs because they showed us that much, that it was more than just a couple of words. It was a whole long situation. So while they're at dinner, Lisa starts talking about how she got a phone call from her attorney and she's got to get something notarized. And of course, now it's all about Lisa. And oh my gosh, I got to find a notary. Oh my gosh, what time is it? I have to do it in the next 45 minutes. Yada, 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 yada. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I understand that they've been working on this divorce for a long time. And I ain't never been divorced. So let me put that out there. And I understand they've been working on this divorce for a very long time. But what I also understand is if your attorney told Lenny's attorney she is currently out of the country, she'll be back on Thursday. And I understand you would like this document by the end of the day, but she's not even in the United States. And I'm not saying that notaries don't exist outside of the United States. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, I don't feel like the situation was on that level of urgent with her being out of the country. I could be wrong. But I feel like, Lisa, you were doing a lot. Because it was like 7, 8 o'clock. It was like 8 o'clock your time, 2 o'clock Miami time. Where were you going to find a notary at 8 o'clock at night? Now, maybe somebody at the hotel, because y'all are staying at like a high-end hotel. Maybe somebody at the hotel is a notary. Maybe. But I ain't feel like, and I could be wrong, but I just did feel like it had to be all of that. I don't feel like it had to be all of that. Now, as far as Larsa, at that point, Larsa was like, I can't do this no more. Like, I can't do this. This, like, I have Jody texted me to the point where I had to block him from my phone. And here you are again playing victim, like somebody did something to you. And now you're making this all about you. And I'm just over it. And so Larsa gets up. Now, do I think Larsa was being a little dramatic? I'm going to reserve my opinion on whether I think Larsa was being dramatic until I know what Jody said. See, until I know what Jody said, I can't say whether she was being extra or not. But I feel like she was being a little extra and was being like, and I feel like she wanted everybody to kind of be on her side. And because everybody was sort of on her side, I think she felt like Lisa was using that as a ploy to get people back on her side. Like, oh, poor Lisa. Oh, no, Lisa. And I think that's why Larsa responded the way she did. Like, oh, here we go. Oh, this what we doing? Oh my gosh. I feel like that's kind of where that was coming from. I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like that's where it was coming from. Devonna said Larsa been going in and making major allegations to Jody. I still don't feel like Jody. So here's what I'm going to say about that, Devonna. If Jody had texted Larsa 3 episodes ago when Lisa found out that Larsa said that about Jody, yes, then I can understand why Jody texted her. If he texted her when she made those allegations, I understand. Because those are serious allegations for her to put out there to insinuate that he was, because she was clearly trying to insinuate that he was high or something like that. Like, I get that. But baby, we have moved on from that. Jody, you were texting Larsa because of Lisa, because of what happened that day. And from that's why I'm saying let the women handle that. He didn't have no reason to jump in that. Again, if he was mad about what Larsa said, then he should have addressed it when Larsa said it or when he found out that Larsa said it. And we know he knew that Larsa said it because he spoke on it 2 or 3 episodes ago. We saw him and Lisa having a conversation about it. So we know he already knows what Larsa said. So in my mind, I still feel like let the women handle women's business and you stay out of it. Do you have a right to address Larsa and those allegations? You do. You absolutely do. But I find the timing to be very convenient. That's how I feel. Do lawyers move that quickly? I mean, again, especially since they've been working on this divorce for what, 1.5 years, 2 years now. I do feel like at this point there may be something that is time sensitive. And what was probably happening was Lenny was probably giving Lisa something that she had wanted, and the lawyer was like, you need to hurry up and sign this paper before he changes his mind. But I don't think it was a situation where if Lisa didn't sign it in the next 45 minutes, it was going to blow up the whole divorce settlement. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But I feel like it was one of those situations where her lawyer was like, we're getting what we want. You need to hurry up and sign this shit before he wake up tomorrow and change his mind. That's what I think it was, probably more of that than the whole deal, you know, like that it's gonna void the divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's what it was, in my opinion. But that was pretty much where the episode ended, child, with Larsa stomping out. Now, it does look like next week we get a little more detail on these messages. And from the edit, y'all know the edit. But from the edit, it definitely looks like the rest of the ladies are reacting to what Jody said to Larsa. So maybe Larsa has a legitimate reason to be as upset as she was. Now, she said he didn't call her out her name or anything, but to the point where she had to block him to stop him from texting her is excessive. If I'm telling you to leave me alone and stop texting me and you won't stop to the point where I have to block you, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now, she was still in the States. She maybe could have got a notary at that time. Yeah, she definitely could have found a notary at 7 o'clock at night in the United States. But you're in a foreign country, again, outside of your hotel. I don't even know where you would go to find one. You know, and again, sometimes hotel staff and banks have notaries. So, but no bank is open at 7 o'clock at night. And who's to say that the notary that works at the hotel works the night shift? You know, so again, I just don't know how feasible it would have been for her to get a notary at 7 o'clock at night. I just don't know. But I honestly feel like they're leaving the next day. Like, I feel like this was their last day there. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like they're leaving the next day. So, I don't know. But that was pretty much the episode, y'all. So, like I said, we're going to get caught up as the week goes on. We'll get caught up. Adriana offered her son to do it. To do what? Adriana offered her son to do what? Sign the papers? Yeah, but Lisa, that's not how notaries work, Yvette. I know what you're saying, but that's not how notaries work. Lisa has to be there. That's the whole purpose of a notary. A notary is to witness you signing the document. You can't sign a document and then get a notary to witness that they signed the document if they weren't there to see you sign it. I don't even know if you could do it I don't even know if you could do it on camera. Because you have to sign. Yeah, you can't, because I've gotten stuff notarized. I've had a notary come to my house before to get something notarized. And you have to get them to sign you have to sign their book. They have to witness you signing whatever this document is that you have to sign. Yeah, that's not how it works. That's not how that works. Wait a minute, hold on. Lauren said, hold on. Now, she was still in the state. Okay, it's a fully remote online notaries. You just get on a Zoom, show your face and ID. Okay, so I take that back. Lauren said you can do it online. My bad. I didn't know you could. Lauren said you can do it online. Okay. I didn't know that. I never knew you could do a notary on Zoom. I've never heard that, because when I needed a notary, ain't nobody offer that. I called, but baby, when I tell you I called all around, I was Googling. I went to the bank, they didn't have a notary. Then I went to, somebody told me go to FedEx. I went to FedEx, they didn't have a notary. Then somebody said, somebody told me to go somewhere else. I went wherever else they told me to go. And then finally, I just literally got online and just was Googling notaries. And I found the first notary I found. I drove to the address and it looked like it was somebody's house, which probably was the notary where the notary lived. But I ain't feel like I was in a friendly neighborhood. I didn't feel comfortable just walking up, because they ain't have a sign out front. They ain't have nothing. I ain't feel comfortable just getting out my car, knocking on somebody's door. I ain't know them people in the neighborhood. It ain't feel friendly. The neighborhood didn't feel friendly to me. So then I called again and I finally got in touch with a lady. She was a black woman too. Finally got in touch with her, and she couldn't come that day, but she was like, I can come tomorrow. So she ended up actually coming to my house. Now, she ain't offered to do it online. I ain't saying you can't. I'm just saying I didn't know that was an option. There are some that travel out. Yeah. Yeah, I had to pay her a fee. Yeah, she charged me a fee, but she came to my house. Yep. But she would listen. I didn't mind the fee because, like I said, I literally had spent all day looking for somebody. So that was on a Saturday. I remember I got up early and went to the bank. I just knew the bank was gonna have a notary. They sure didn't have one. And like I said, I went to like 3 or 4 places, and then I finally Googled and found her. And like I said, she did charge me, but it wasn't a ridiculous fee. It wasn't ridiculous. So she charged me a fee. But baby, like I said, I ain't care. I was like, all right, come on. Come on. So with a notary, you have to also provide your thumbprint. You know what, Callie girl? I can't remember if I did that or not. I know I had to sign their book. I feel like, okay, so this is what I'm going to say. I've had to have a notary signature more than one time in my life. I feel like I have done a thumbprint before, but I don't think I did the thumbprint the last time. I could be wrong though, y'all. I could be wrong. But I know I have done it at least one time when I had to get a notary. I know I have done it. But I don't know if I did it the last time. And maybe because of COVID, they may have changed some of the restrictions. You know, a lot of things changed during COVID and they never changed back. So maybe because of COVID, maybe they did say, okay, you can do it on Zoom under certain circumstances, I don't know. In some states, they just really start doing it in the past 6 or 7 years. Plus, the fully remote online ones work from home. Signing agent are also notaries, and a lot of them work online too. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking when I bought my house, I'm wondering if that's when I had to do the thumbprint when I bought my house. Because I had to get some stuff notarized when I bought my house. And that was years ago. I've had my house like 12 years. So that was like 12 years ago. I don't even remember. Football Cat said, will you recap Salt Lake City? I am going to recap Salt Lake City. I've got to finish. I quit last season. So I need to go back and finish watching last season. So I at least know. I think I quit halfway through the season because they were just getting on my nerves. Like, I quit after the episode with Lisa whining about not being in first class for a 45-minute flight. I just couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I got behind and I just was never motivated to go back. So I'm going to have to probably binge the ending. I'm going to have to probably binge the final, the rest of the season and watch the reunion so that I'll be ready. But yeah, I'm going to review it. I bought my house in May of 2020 during the pandemic, and most of it was virtual. Yeah, I definitely believe that. Yeah, during the pandemic, and that's why I'm saying maybe some of the restrictions have lessened. And then I come to find out after I went through all of that, I come to find out one of the ladies at my job is a notary. I said, you got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me that I had a notary right here at my job the whole time? But now I know. Well, I said, I did not know you were a notary. She said, And she notarized something for me and didn't even charge me. I said, well, damn. I paid an extra fee. You mean to tell me I could have just went to work and got it? And I mean, I still gave her something, but she was like, nah, you good. I was like, no. I mean, I still gave her, you know how some people won't take cash from me, so you got to do it in other ways. So I still took care of her. I think I bought her lunch or something. At least in California, you have to provide your thumbprint and whose you are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Callie. I feel like I have done it at least once. I just don't remember. I've probably had things notarized maybe 4 or 5 times in my adult life that I can think of. And I know I've done the thumbprint. I just can't remember if I've done it every single time. Interesting. But neither here nor there, child. I don't think Lisa was going to have much luck finding a notary at 7 o'clock in Spain. I could be wrong. But I don't even think so. All right, y'all. Let me get off here. I'm about to go watch me some football and relax for the rest of the evening. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.